It's always great to coach basketball in this building. Just great fans. The folks that work the arena, as soon as you walk in this building, they greet you. It's just a tremendous atmosphere. The fans root for their team and they root for basketball to be played the right way. And it's always a pleasure to come out here. Unfortunately, we continue to struggle with physicality. Anytime we play a team that plays with physicality, we haven't answered the bell this year, and that continued tonight. Physicality. It's not just rebounding. We can't run offense because our guys won't screen. Our guards won't use the screens. We're not strong enough to hold post-ups. Defensively, we can't get, they screen you. And it's been our problem all year. We can't get through screens. Chris is going to get in foul trouble. It's life. It's 4 years of it on the road against, quality opponents. He's going to be in foul trouble, so, I need to probably bring an extra suit when we go on the road so he can just sit on the bench and hold a clipboard, But rebounding is just a stat. See, screening, boxing out, getting open, setting screens, there's no stat for that. Rebounding is just a stat that represents physicality. We got beat to loose balls, and rebounding demonstrates our lack of physicality. We're not a very physical team. Anytime, I'm telling you, it's been all year. You guys will cover us, anytime we play a team that plays with any kind of physicality, like I said, we don't answer the bell.
Frank, what did you see from E.J. Montgomery on film going into tonight, and then what kind of difference did he make for Kentucky?
Yeah, E.J. wasn't a McDonald All-American because he's no good. I don't know Cal's team. I'm not at practice every day, but he's got 3 guys on the front line, 2 of which started last year, that are both real good, and a 5th-year senior. So I'm sure E.J.'s, keeps getting better because he's dealing with those guys in practice. He got an opportunity today. He was extremely active on the interior. He protected the rim. He rebounded every ball that came off the rim. That's a credit to EJ that they called his number today and he responded and played with physicality and just created problems for us. Yeah, it goes back to the same thing I'm telling you, Dave. It's, they set screens and our guards didn't get through the screens. And we spent 2 days preparing on defending the low post. To defend teams that are going to pass the ball into low post like we do on offense, you have to be good on the perimeter. So that means the ball can't get to certain places on the floor. If not, defending McDonald All-Americans becomes very, very difficult on the low post. We weren't very good getting through screens, and we were really bad at defending the low post. And, and that goes back, give Kentucky credit. They executed their game plan, and they played the way that their team plays regardless of who the opponent is. And, we hung in there for a while today, but as the game got physical, we didn't answer the bell.
Frank, I think you guys shot about less than 30% in the second half. What was Kentucky doing something that caught you guys off balance there, or was it guys maybe rushing shots?
No, we didn't run any kind of offense. Kentucky came down, threw the ball inside every time, so we can never get in the open court. They grabbed 4 offensive rebounds. You're not going to run if you can't get a defensive rebound. And so we can never get in the open court. That we got to play in the open court on offense. But we never did. So now we have to execute half-court offense, and we couldn't execute. They defended us. Their guards, who are freshmen like our guards, took us out completely of what we were trying to do on offense. And then, you play without Chris, then, it's hard to score in the paint if your guards aren't driving, aren't using screens, and then the big guys don't play with any kind of presence in the paint.
Frank, 6-3 through the first half of league play. Considering all the injuries and some of the other issues you guys have faced this year, how pleased are you with that record through the first half?
We can be 0-9, 9-0. That's irrelevant to me. You know, that's irrelevant to me. I'm into getting better. We didn't get better today. We didn't answer the bell today. We practiced well. We had 2 real good practices. I had no complaints coming into the game. I thought we were ready to go, but we didn't answer the bell. Records to me are. I think Dabo Swinney said there's nothing more irrelevant than the halftime score. To me, there's nothing more irrelevant than your record. You know, it's about the next day. It's about getting better. It's whenever you have an opportunity, playing better than you did last time. We didn't do that today, and that's what's disappointing. We got 9 more to play. We got to not dwell on today. It is what it is. It's we've gotten to a point in the season where your team is who it's going to be. You're not going to change the personality of your team. So we got to make sure that we continue to become the best version of us that we can be.
Frank, with the physicality, I mean, the offensive rebound numbers obviously support that. Was anything different about Georgia to Kentucky, or did you guys feel like you got worse in that area?
I don't know. I just, like I said earlier, Andrew, rebounding is just a stat that represents physicality. Physicality is involved in all aspects of the game. Like when you set a screen, do you set it? When someone's setting a screen for you, are you strong enough to hold your ground and use the screen? When they're screening you, do you run around the screen or do you get caught on the screen? Do you get through the screen? When they drive the ball and you're a small, we got to help with the big and the smaller player has to rotate down on the big, are you strong enough to make sure that guy doesn't get the rebound? We didn't make any of those plays today. So rebounding was just a stat that represented our lack of physicality.
Frank, you mentioned players not answering the bell today. Is that something you can fix moving forward? How do you kind of get guys ready to play like you want them to?
Yeah, physicality is just manning up. You're going to get punched in the – like if you're a boxer, you go in the ring, you're going to get hit in the face. If that bothers you, you're never going to be good at the sport. And when you play in a basketball game and you play in a physical game, you're going to get hit. But if you don't, you're going to run away from it and run around it, then those teams, it's like everything else. The opposing team smells it. And once a physical team smells that the other team don't like it, they just keep coming at you. And can you change it? I don't know. But it's my job to keep pushing and get it better than it was today.
Frank, were there a few qualities that you liked? Talk about hanging tough. You're up 24-22, and Chris spent a lot of that time on the bench. What did you like about that stretch? Was it just a matter of hitting shots?
Yeah, no, I thought we played well. We prepared well. We didn't prepare. Like when we went to Oklahoma State, we had the 2 worst practices we've had in a long time. We prepared really well the last 2 days. We really did. I had no complaints whatsoever with how we did things the last 2 days. I think that's why we played the game the right way to start. But at the end of the day, when you play in a game, it comes down to being able to sustain discipline. You hear people say the word compete. Compete is not who runs fast. Compete is not who dives on a loose ball. That's a small part of competing. Competing is when they tell you Tyler Hero's going left, don't get beat left. Well, he went left the whole game on us, and we got beat left every time. All that is part of competing. And we, as that game unfolded today, the physicality of the game, it challenged our ability to compete. And the harder it got, the less we competed. And that's disappointing. It wasn't preparation. I thought we played well early because of preparation.
Anyone else?
And when I said preparation, I'm not talking about my coaching. I'm talking about the players, the way that they prepared the last 2 days. You still got to play the game.